I believe that the reason why this is actually, in fact, a way to compete with the U.S. is because America currently, unfortunately, is in a position of rather weakness on a global scale, reputationally, image-wise, optics, and frankly, economically. So China has seen an opportunity here to lead the path along with Russia to come in and to take an approach through Brics that may actually swing the pendulum, so to speak, more in the direction of that region and their leadership.
However, let's begin right here. Everyone's attention is focused on Johannesburg. This week, South Africa will host the 2023 event. Brics that will shortly become Brics. In addition to Summit, hearing what the president of South Africa has to say, Africa discussing the prospects for the future of Africa is a continent, and Africa possesses resources of tremendous potential and benefit during the process of industrialization in a broad range of industries. The continent has abundant amounts of the vital minerals that will be the primary factor in the commercial success of century of the 21. Lithium is available through the resources of finance. Palladium, vanadium, cobalt, and palladium are the elements. Minerals composed of nickel, copper, and rare earth elements, rhodium, amongst a great number of others. These are the minerals that are found in abundance and are the primary engines of economic activity everywhere in the globe. The African nations have made their position quite clear, that the most desirable investors are those who is going to come and invest in our company. The continent of but also make use of the resources available here, near to the origin, in order to prevent African nations from engaging in export rock and sand, although the export process is complete products in the same way as we would like to do China's products. The president of China, Xi Jinping, discussing new standards governing behavior on an international scale must be put in writing and upheld collectively by all parties involved. Countries according to their goals and objectives, ideals outlined in the United Nations Charter, instead of being dictated by those who have the power, the most powerful muscles, or the most audible of sound and voice gathering together to establish small, select groups and putting their own regulations in the form of the international standards are an even higher unable to be accepted. The countries that make up Brics ought to follow real multilateralism is something that we must completely use the new developments potential to your advantage. Bank reform efforts should be pushed forward at the international, the financial and monetary systems, as well as bolster the number of people who are represented and their voices. Countries that are still developing, I am happy to observe this. The rising excitement that comes with developing countries related to the Brics group regarding one's involvement in the Brics collaboration, and a fair number of them have submitted applications. In order to become a member of the Brics cooperation mechanism, we have to ensure that the Brics are put to good use. Acceleration of cooperative work, the process of expansion of the Brics. In order to incorporate additional nations into the Brics group, the clan, in order to pull from our reserves of strength, pull from our knowledge, wisdom, to improve the fairness and efficiency of global governance. According to Vladimir Putin, the situation is equitable. Dollar will no longer be used in any capacity, as the primary Brics bank provides customers with a real-time alternative to the situation that is currently present. Measures taken by the financial establishment have been put in place to guarantee that there will be more local markets or where commercial transactions take place. Currencies. And as a direct consequence of it, the amount of cash in question has really, or the dollar volume of transactions has decreased significantly. A considerable amount, roughly equivalent to 80 to 60% between nations in the Brics group. But we are basing a lot of our expectations on the new real estate development bank that is known as Brics. Alternative to the situation that is currently present, the economics of setup, as a result of unquestionably a great deal, has occurred. And now that the summit is drawing to a close, the leaders are looking forward to next year's competition. Following the summit in Russia, many people are expressing this has been a lot of fun. Mrs. Thanks a lot. Clinton, we ought to keep in touch with one another. What's email is the greatest way to get in touch with me. And the tale is a little bit intriguing and interesting. Bitcoin wallet now ranks as the third largest BTLC exchange. If we take a look at it in 3 months, with this, Graham Light is the head of the Euro XM Bank. He is responsible for compliance and operations, talking on the prospects of Ripple and Bitcoin. Swift has been replaced by XRP. Swift is the preeminent system of communication for the financial sector that handles things like payments and currency exchange, transactional dealings with respect to securities, not to be confused with reconciliations. What it is that we are searching for with the cryptocurrency. Nonetheless, this is a point at which Swift would have a system of store and forward for the majority of its financial dealings, and the places where you are required to agreements regarding service levels that be contained in at a predetermined time. I will carry out the activity. The payment is delivered at the agreed upon time. During the course of the day, we have a view of the new network styles that make it possible instantaneous and real-time updates to the audience, as well as the visibility of such monies, in order that we would never find ourselves in that kind of predicament. The banks are obligated to get in touch with you and tell, do I have access to my monies yet? It's been 3 days. I need to investigate or look at this later on. Messages of inquiry that are going across the network. There is nothing like to that I don't have. Consider Ripple to be a potential replacement for Swift. One of the auxiliary currencies is the Ripple. Networks that are going to make such things possible, institutions that require real time for decision-making application of that, as is clear from this example. According to a source from a few weeks ago, the Singaporean authorities in charge of the nation's currency are in relation to fresh information. Ripple feedback rules are being developed for stable coins implemented across the nation, which means you are not permitted to similar like stable coins or CBDC, but they aren't either regardless of the situation, seem to be approaching. And it is already becoming very clear that one distributed the ledger platform is, in fact, at the center of it all. Ripple's CBDC revolution 8 in light of all of this, several nations have adopted the 4-digit XRP ledger currencies. And the rest of this essay will discuss suppose that James Wallace, who is now serving as vice role of the president of the central bank CBDC at Ripple, stated in a recent article that currently Ripple is participating in an interview in continuing conversation with approximately 30 different nations in order to get them to join the XRPL-powered CBDC platform. All right, I guess we should have a look at this. Take a look at how the XRP price is moving. Based on a high-level review of JD data, we have finally accomplished inside the confines of the orange box 52 cents to 59 cents, and even Wicked was reduced to that price, to this blue circle, where the fear is priced at 0.45, and the greed index has at long last shifted to fear, which is typically a good purchasing motivator opportunity. In and of itself is readily apparent to you. This lengthy wick is on the most recent weekly candle, close enough to indicate that savvy investors are buying at these low levels, while simultaneously pushing the price rebound. JD notes, we are still in the red, establishing a positive trend through establishing higher highs and lower lows. And if we look back further, we can see this far below. JD informs us that the graphic reveals concealed RSI indicators showing signs of bullish divergence, and he says that stochastic RSI will be broken if we do this level here at 40 cents, which will cancel out the effect of the concealed bullish divergence that appear in the upcoming place. To start would be the 36 cents. The worst case scenario would occur right here at number 21 cents in the event that there is a final. If we take a step back, Bitcoin has capitulated. A cursory examination of the XRP BTC chart reveals the following. Can perceive extremely similar details of the same thing occurred XRPR. Did Wick come here at the same time, where it corresponds to the 0.7 level at which FIB was trading before being acquired by XRP whales?
So yeah, there have been a lot of speculations about a new sort of global pandemic, and I'm here today to inform all of you that there is indeed a new global challenge coming our way, not unlike the one from 2020 to 2022, but this time it's very different.